It is approaching the magic hour before sunset when all things are related, light and everything, no lost places disappearing without definition, everything needing to be considered in relating the parts to the strange transient unity. From the Horn Island Logs of Walter Inglis Anderson. In preparing for this speech, I researched many websites, including WalterAndersonMuseum.org, Mississippi Writers, and Musicians.com. I also read a book written by Agnes Anderson, Walter's wife, called Approaching the Magic Hour, Memories of Walter Anderson. Walter Anderson was a famous Mississippi artist. He was a potter, a painter, and a writer. He earned his living as a potter, according to Approaching the Magic Hour. And Anderson's passion and love for all things art came mainly from his family background. His mother herself was an artist, and his older brother Peter established Shearwater Pottery, where he worked for most of his life. In working for his brother, Walter earned a living for he and his family. He would decorate the pottery made by his brothers, and Anderson also designed and painted the widgets that were sold at Shearwater Pottery, such as this one here. He would create the molds of the widgets according to WalterAndersonMuseum.org. He would use slip and underglaze to decorate the figurines made by his little brother Mac. Though he spent much of his life working as a decorator for Shearwater Pottery, most of all, Walter Anderson was a painter. He was quoted many times by his wife in Approaching the Magic Hour as saying, "I must paint." He spent his entire life trying to capture the beauty of the world around him, and most of the time he did this through his murals. When he escaped from Whitfield, the mental institution in Jackson, he climbed from his third-story window using sheets, and on his way down, he adorned the outer walls using ivory soap with huge birds in flight. He also did some murals for schools and local buildings. And in Anderson's cottage after his death, his wife and her sister found a beautiful mural painted on the walls of an enclosed room. The mural included scenes recording the progress of light through the hours of a day, according to Agnes. And in it he also included ocean bluffs, night creatures, and ibises in flight. Most of his work, though, was done in the form of his watercolors. He would take long trips to Horn Island to observe and capture the scenery there. And Anderson would have his sketchbook with him at all times to capture every moment of perfect lighting. When Agnes and her sister came to clean up the cottage where he spent most of his time, they found the place littered with beautiful various-sized artworks that he had done. Because once he was done with them, he didn't really care what happened to them. And every place he went to paint his beautiful creations, he would log his journeys. Walter Anderson was also a writer, logging each journey he took in order to share his world with those around him. He wrote down every moment that he had in China when he went, and though his completed, more in-depth log was taken by a guerrilla, he still had his shorter version to share with his family. He told of his amazing journeys to no end, making those who read them feel as though they themselves had been there. And Anderson also logged his time at Horn Island. As his wife would read his journals, she could experience everything that he went through. And he went into such detail about everything that she could feel the spray from the water and also be blinded by the glare from the white sandy beaches. In closing, Walter Anderson spent much of his life trying to achieve his goal of providing the everyday person with affordable artwork that still had quality. He achieved his dreams through his pottery, his painting, and even his logs. He devoted his days to capturing the beauty of the world around him and trying to show others just how he saw it. I feel as though his wife summed it up best when she said, "I left with the feeling strong within me that I would always find him when I came back to Horn Island." And these are a few of the prints that he made when he might have gone to Horn Island working on the fish study. These are just a few of the ones that he would do. And he would go back and add the watercolor to his prints that he made. Thank you.